Okay, the books I have in front of you are all written in the form of essays slash aphorisms, and they are some of the most interesting things you'll ever read. And the point of this video is not to talk about these books in particular. I have done that extensively, and I will continue to do that extensively, but more so to say the effectiveness and the impact an essay can have and the impact it can have on your formulation of thoughts, because I don't know why, but this is just a video idea, something that's been recurring on my feed as I've been scrolling over the past few days, and it's certainly an interesting topic to talk about, and I'm going to give my interpretation, my take on it, and my personal experience, because it's one thing to say that you need to write essays, it's another to explain my experience and how it's allowed me to kind of develop my own sense of ideas and my own sense of things, and even develop my own writing style. And it's really the first way I started writing. It's really the first thing that I delved into, and it's the easiest place to start. It's the easiest place to start being creative, being expressive, and understanding really how you view the world and developing those ideas, because it's never the first draft that is great. It's always the continued effort. It's always the things that you have worked on, the things that you have refined that will really, really, really impress you. And so many people don't write because they feel like, well, I can't do this or I can't do that. If I try to start writing, it's not going to be good. And that's the point. Nothing is ever good on the first try. Nothing is ever good if it's just your first attempt. It's the years and years and years and progression that you put in. Even if you do something really well the first time, you're telling me that with years and years more of experience, you couldn't have made it a little bit better. I mean, there are a few examples where the author's first book is their best book, like Mikhail Naimi, his best book is the Book of Mere Dad, and I don't think he ever came anything close to that for the rest of his career. And that's just a testament to how good his work was, but we're not the exception. We're not the ones writing masterpieces. And why is an essay so important? An essay isn't so important because oftentimes we like to be all in the weeds of things. We like to get all involved with stuff. And think about the papers that you were told to write when you were younger. A lot of them were research papers. They had well-defined ideas. They had to be a certain page length. They had to be a certain number of words and that sort of stuff. It had to fit a certain structure. But when it comes to the essays that I'm talking about, it's a confined idea. It's your summary. It's your exploration of a topic and how you think it's seen and how you think the world should see it. And it's really beautiful when it's well done, because a great essayist can put something so profound into 5, 10 pages, like the works of Emerson. And that's why I really urge you to start picking up this topic, really start exploring these ideas, really start writing about the things that you think, because there's something that can only be evoked through writing. There's something that can only be evoked through writing something down on a sheet of paper or typing it out onto a computer, because those are the thoughts that are going unexpressed. Those are the parts of your brain that are being hidden through the day-to-day life, through the mundane aspect. And you could see this in fiction, but it's also in nonfiction as well, that there's certain ideas that we can only express through the written form. There's certain ideas that only belong to the medium of writing. And that is where I'm really urging you to start. So what I really want you to do and what I really want you to take away from this is, if you've ever wanted to write, or if you just feel like you're missing out on something in life, like, find the topics that are compelling to you and just start typing. These don't have to be for anybody. These don't even have to be read by yourself. It's just do it for the sake of yourself. Do it for the sake of expressing yourself. This is essentially a Jungian idea that through sublimation we can find ourselves, through sublimation and compelling our darker impulses and compelling the more negative aspects of ourselves and expressing parts of ourselves that we don't normally express. We find the true version of ourselves, and we try to find the true version of ourselves that allows us to be happy. So the next time you're thinking about something, why not just get out a sheet of paper? Why not just get out your phone and start typing away in your notes app and start typing out your ideas on things? Because this is really going to be your first step to expressing those ideas and expressing them in a medium where the listener is the paper, where the listener is the page, and the listener doesn't have any feedback. They're just there to absorb it, and you can go back to it and you can read it and you can see where you went wrong. Or it's even sometimes fun to read the things that you used to write and say, you know what, I agree with this, but I would have said it a different way, or I completely disagree with what I once said. And it's just a cool testament to who you are in this moment. It's something that will allow you to see a deeper side of yourself and read into the deeper, darker parts of your psyche and be able to understand yourself better. Because if you can understand yourself, you can understand the world. And once you start understanding yourself, the world becomes super, super simple. So why not start today? Why not start writing today? Why not start writing, and don't write for the end result. Don't write essays for the sake of publishing them, for the sake of doing something. Write them for the sake of yourself, because something done for the purpose of fulfillment will always outlast something done for the purpose of the end result. With that said, I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. The videos I mentioned, or the books I mentioned earlier in the video, are The Gay Science, Emerson's Essays, and Borges' non-selected nonfictions. All of them are tremendous. All of them should also be checked out. I've talked about all of them on my channel before. But yeah, with that said, go out into the world, find the things that you want to write about them, and come back to me and let me know how this worked, because this is something that has really transformed who I've become as a person, who I've become as a writer, and developed me into the person you see today. Whether that's for good or bad, right? But yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. Peace out. I'll catch you in the next one.